Good morning. It's Friday and comb my hair real quickly. This is going to be a really quick while it's kind of hot, having just used it. Another little CPB. So yesterday I vlogged and talked about Old MacDonald Had a Farm, and the book that is the prequel to that, The Man Who Hated Animals. And I talked about where I went into Prince books. So I picked up another one yesterday as well. And that one is called Good Golden Sun. It's both written and illustrated by Brendan Wenzel. He was a Caldecott honoree at some point, not for this one, but for another one. So that's another one to look up. I did go back and find out, the illustrator for The Man Who Hated Animals, excuse me, is actually a female, Leon Pham, and so I posted on my blog where I'm housing all these vlogs. I posted a little link to when she found out that she had won the Caldecott, not for the book that I talked about yesterday, but she had was awarded a Caldecott some years back for, I think the name of it was A Bear Comes Along, or There Comes the Bear. And that's a cute little video, so I encourage you to check it. But anyway, Brendan Wenzel, I'll find out and I'll post that as well. What book did he win a Caldecott for? But the reason I chose this one to get this one yesterday, and let me show you the end pages are fantastic. It's this again. The end pages is the sun is just starting to peek out, sunrise, right? And the rest of it is the silhouette in this night. Should not have turned the camera that way. And then at the end, the whole book goes through. I'll talk about that in just a minute. But at the end, it goes to the sun, from sunrise to sunset. And at the end page is the moon, right? The moon. So the reason I picked this book up is that it's in addition to being another opportunity for some writing, for my students, it really has a creative monologue. So the speaker, not sure who the speaker is, the narrator of this. It looks like it's a little. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a bird. I don't know, the glare is coming on this, or if it's an insect, but this, I think it's more of a little insect because of the little antennae, is talking to the sun, good golden sun, and questions. So every spread starts off with good golden sun and asks questions of the sun, and as the day is progressing, as the sun is rising in the east, of course, and setting in the west, the questions go on, and it really personifies the sun. And so it asks, for example, do you ever get cold, sun? For the world gets chilly while you're off where you go. And are you lonely in the sky? Don't you wish you had a friend or two to be there by your side? Good golden sun, does your belly ever ache? All the world is filled with sweetness. Would you like a little taste? Good golden sun, tell me how you'd get so big. How on earth did you fly up so high without two flapping wings? Good golden sun, could you make a joyous sound? We all long to hear your voice. Is it quiet? Is it loud? So you've got the rhyme going on as well. Good golden sun, are you up there staying safe? Do you think about the scary things that sometimes lie in wait? Good golden sun, are you happy? Are you sad? Or do you stay up above the clouds where tears are never shed? Good golden sun, don't you want to join our game? Come race with us, come chase with us. Won't you come down to play? Good golden sun, what's the view like where you are? With so much in our way here, we cannot see very far. Good golden sun, could you take a tiny break? For your rays are scorching hot, and so often there's no shade. Good golden sun, what gifts do you have for us all? Won't you lend some milk or meat? Won't you help to pull the plow? Good golden sun, are you sour? Are you sweet? Can you bounce? Can you roll? Do you sleep? Do you dream? Can you hear our countless questions? Can you see us through your shine? Do you miss our company when you leave us every night? Good golden sun, what bright colors you have saved for the moment in the evening just before you slip away. Let me show you this spread because I love this sunset and beautiful, vivid colors. Good golden sun, there is nothing more to ask. Every day's the same. You stay silent as you pass. Here's a little song for you. As your last light leaves the room, and you pass on all our questions to the moon. And that's the end. So I love that this is a monologue. You've got the rhyme, you've got the questions. I love the idea of taking something in nature, a creative monologue. The speaker is questioning. So really, apostrophe, that literary technique, when you address specifically a non-living thing, a use of apostrophe, but it's done in such a creative format. And so I really want to get my kids to do some apostrophe writing. But here's how I tied it in specifically this morning, connected it. We just read part 3 this morning of Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So I was out of the classroom yesterday and I had them read part 2 and they had to interpret. They had to illustrate part 2. And so I came in, I was looking at some of their drawings, and if you need a little refresher course on Rime of the Ancient Mariner, you'll recall that after they're stuck in ice and when the albatross comes in part 1 and then part 2, that of course at the end of part 1 is when the mariner confesses, I shot the albatross. And so we get a little bit about them being stuck in ice, and then after he shoots the albatross, after they get out of ice and the albatross, it comes and stays around for 9 vespers, but then he shoots it, and then afterwards the heat, the sun, starts to take on a different kind of role, and they are they're trying to, they don't have enough sun. That's when we start seeing the black lips, the thirst unslaked, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. And that's when we have some people say it's an allusion to the Flying Dutchman, the ghost ship with death and life and death, the 2 maidens that are playing dice on the deck. And that's when the mariner says 4 times 50 men died on his ship right there and then, and their souls go on to forward bliss, we don't know. But so the sun takes on a scorching role, which I love. This is one of my students, Jessie's take on part 2, and I love how she started capturing the idea of the sun and the scorching nature of the sun. So we had talked today about, why are the lips black? Where would you rather be? It was interesting. If you had to choose between the 2, would you rather be stuck in ice or would you rather be stuck in scorching sun? So lots of discussion about that, well, if I couldn't have water and why, that was interesting. Some of them work like at our local water park, or they work out outside in the heat, or in fields, or on a boat in the summertime, and they were talking about the importance of staying hydrated and how miserable that can be when you can't get enough water to slay that thirst. So I thought that it would be interesting to read this children's picture book to kind of get them to think about the sun a little bit different, as if we're addressing these questions. And so I think they enjoyed it. And again, it's another way for them to have another option for structure, the idea of setting up a monologue, taking something that a child loves, something in nature, and let's personify it, let's apostrophe it, let's ask questions of it, and then of course working in the rhyme as well. So it was a nice little tie-in to Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and I thought that I would share that, hot and heavy right off the press when I just done it. I'll be doing it again in 4th bell. So really good discussion with Rime of the Ancient Mariner. I then at the end ended the class showing them the clip from Dead Man's Chest, the Pirates of the Caribbean, when the Flying Dutchman first appears, and Turner, I can't think of Orlando Bloom's, what his character's first name, but Turner, when he first sees and he goes, when they see a ship in distress and he goes over, and that's when the Flying Dutchman comes up, and we see this ghost ship. So my students really like that. And we talked about, some say that the Flying Dutchman was, that Coleridge was alluding to that in this ghost ship that passes in part 3, passes or is headed toward the mariner's ship. So it was a nice tie-in, and then the role of the sun as well. So just thought I would share that. Have a great weekend. It is warmer. Speaking about temperatures, my personal choice, after being stuck for 48 hours without heat, and where I was in 35, 38 degree weather for 48 hours, sleeping in that, I said, right now, I think I would choose the heat. I would choose the sun if I had to be stuck in something rather than the cold. So that was an interesting discussion, but ready for some warmer temps. So let's hope and pray that we get some this weekend. Have a great day and be blessed. Bye.